Hello friends, my name is Raju. I am working as a government polytechnic. I am working as a lecturer, Government Polytechnic for Women, Warangal. I belongs to ECE department. Today, in this lecture, we are discussing about manufacturing process of monolithic IC. So, how we manufacture the monolithic IC. Monolithic means all the components are fabricated in only on one silicon wafer or one single chip, that is called monolithic. Okay, and also we discussing about fabrication of resistor, capacitor, diode, transistor on monolithic IC. So first of all, manufacturing process of monolithic IC. What is monolithic IC? Monolithic IC is one that has all components of a circuit and their interconnections made on a single wafer. They are the cheapest and thus more popular than other types of integrated circuits. The basic process of production of monolithic IC is as follows. So what is meant by monolithic IC? Monolithic IC is all the components are fabricated on one single wafer, that is called monolithic IC. All the components here is either active elements or passive elements. Active elements are here transistor, FETs are active elements. Passive elements are resistors, inductors, capacitors. These all components are fabricated on only single silicon wafer. So next, the steps involved in the manufacturing process of monolithic IC. What are the steps we follow? First, we prepare the P-type silicon substrate or P substrate. First, there is a crystal. First there is a silicon crystal growth. Then it cut into the small slices. That is called small slices. Then we form the P substrate. The first step in the manufacture of monolithic ICs is called the P substrate. In this step, a wafer or substrate, which is the bottommost layer of the circuit is made. A wafer is a polished silicon crystal cut into required size. A single base or substrate can be cut and used to make hundreds of ICs, making monolithic ICs cheaper than other types. This layer produces high resistivity P-type semiconductor. So in this process, first we take the P substrate. A cylindrical P-type silicon crystal is grown having typical dimensions 25 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters diameter. In this way, we cut the silicon slices. It have the dimensions 25 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters diameter. The crystal is then cut by using diamond into many thin wafers. Like in the showing the diagram, it's a very thin wafers. It's hundreds of wafers. The typical thickness of the wafer being 200 micrometers. Its thickness is 200 micrometers and 25 centimeters long and 2.5 centimeters diameter. One side of wafer is polished to get rid of surface imperfections. So one side is polished, another side is there is no need of polish. The wafer is called P-type substrate. The ICs are produced on this wafer only. Next process is epitaxial growth, epitaxial N layer. In this step, the wafer are placed in diffusion furnace of about 1200 degree centigrade. The furnace has a gas mixture containing silicon and pentavalent. If you want to epitaxial layer, then we add pentavalent impurities. If you want epitaxial P layer, we add the trivalent impurities. The furnace has gas mixture containing silicon and pentavalent atoms, which is passed over the wafers. The atoms form a thin layer of P-type semiconductor. All passive and active components of the circuit are fabricated. This layer is called epitaxial layer. So here in the figure shown in the figure, there is a P substrate, there is a epitaxial N layer, epitaxial growth. Epitaxial N layer, here we add the pentavalent impurities, which in diffusion process or ion implantation process, we form the epitaxial N layer. Its width is 10 micrometer. So this is epitaxial N layer. After epitaxial growth or epitaxial N layer growth, next step is insulating layer. So what is my insulating layer? After epitaxial growth, we send the oxygen. Here the insulating layer is composed of silicon dioxide formed over the surface of the epitaxial layer to prevent epitaxial layer from the contamination. Pure oxygen is passed over the epitaxial layer to form the insulating layer. Here after epitaxial growth, this epitaxial layer is separated by another layer by using silicon dioxide layer. Here SiO2 layer provides insulation. Here two types of oxidation techniques used. One is dry oxidation, another one is wet oxidation. In dry oxidation, we send the pure oxygen and form the SiO2 layer. Si plus O2 equal to SiO2. In dry oxidation, we send the water molecules, then we form the SiO2 layer, silicon dioxide layer. So in this way we form the SiO2 layer. Its main function is it prevent the contamination of the epitaxial layer. It prevent the contamination of epitaxial layer from other layers. So this is called insulating layer. SiO2 layer is called insulating layer. Next process is After insulating layer formation, the next process is manufacturing process of monolithic IC. In manufacturing process of monolithic IC, the next process is component diffusion. Component diffusion. What does it mean by diffusion? Diffusion is the process of fabricating the circuit components on the wafer. The etched wafer is now subdivided into portions, ones that cannot take impurities because they still have the SiO2 layer remaining. The second are diffusion acceptor portions that have the SiO2 layer removed. So when we want to diffuse any component, first of all we remove the SiO2 layer. The removal of SiO2 layer is called etching. Etching SiO2 layer, then we diffuse any component. Controlled and very high temperatures are used to diffuse p-type impurities into the exposed n-type epitaxial layer. This result in n-type regions called isolation islands. They permit isolation of the various components of the IC. The components will later be formed separately on different islands. The diffusion process is repeated a number of times as various components are fabricated on the IC. Aluminum is used to create the required interconnections between the components. So here two types of process we use to implant the impurities. One is diffusion process, second one is an implantation process. In diffusion process we use pentavalent gas or trivalent atoms gas. We send in the gaseous form, then we diffuse the impurities in the required place. In ion implantation process we implant the ions. So depth of penetration in ion implantation is more compared to the diffusion process. Next, before that diffusion process we used photolithography process. In photolithography process we use the masking. In masking there is a positive mask and negative mask. We use the masking, we remove our required portion. We remove our required portion, that is called windowing. Using windowing we remove our required layer, and then using etching process we remove the layer. Using etching process we remove the and go for scribing and mounting. The ready wafers now need to be put in chips. Hundreds of ICs can be produced from a single wafer. The wafer is then cut and assembled in the required chips. The chips have a ceramic casing and external layers are made after mounting the IC onto the cover. A process is called encapsulating. The IC chips are now ready for use. So, in this way, we manufacture the monolithic IC. Next one, fabrication of capacitor on monolithic IC. So, what are the various steps involved in fabrication of capacitor in monolithic IC? The diagram shows the different steps involved in the fabrication of capacitor on monolithic IC. So, step by step, first of all, we take the P substrate, then epitaxial N layer. We grow the epitaxial N layer. Before previous slides, we discussed about epitaxial N layer growth. Next, there is a photolithography. In the photolithography process, we masking the window, and when required places, we remove the epitaxial layer and SiO2 layer. That is called etching process. Removing an epitaxial N layer and SiO2 layer is called etching. A p-type substrate is taken and then n-type epitaxial layer is formed on p-type substrate. After this part of SiO2 layer is etched off, exposing the epitaxial layer. In figure shown, the wafer is then put into a diffusion furnace and trivalent atoms are diffused into the epitaxial layer. The trivalent atoms change the exposed epitaxial layer from n-type semiconductor to p-type. Thus, we get an island of n-type material under the SiO2 layer. Next, pure oxygen is passed over the wafer to form a complete SiO2 layer. Again, the SiO2 layer formed act as the dielectric of the capacitor. The oxide layer is etched and terminal 1 is added. It acts as a conducting layer. Next, compared to the electronic terminal, metallic electrode is deposited on the SiO2 layer and forms the second plate of the capacitor. The oxide layer is etched and terminal 2 is added. This gives an integrated capacitor. The value of the capacitor formed depends upon the dielectric constant of SiO2 layer, thickness of SiO2 layer, and the area of cross section of a smaller of the two electrodes. This is the fabrication of capacitor on monolithic IC. Next, fabrication of resistor on monolithic IC. Fabrication of resistor on monolithic IC. In the figure shown, a p-type substrate is taken and then n-type epitaxial layer is formed on p-type substrate as shown in figure. A hole is then etched at the center of this layer, thus exposing the n-epitaxial layer as shown in figure. This hole in SiO2 layer is called a window. Then pass the trivalent atoms through the window. The trivalent atoms diffuse into the epitaxial layer to form an island of p-type material as shown in figure. The SiO2 layer is again formed on the wafer by passing pure oxygen over the wafer. Then in the last step is to attach the terminals. For the purpose, etching the SiO2 layer at the desired locations by depositing metal at these locations, and then we form the resistor. Next one, fabrication of diode on monolithic IC. Fabrication of diode on monolithic IC. In this process, the various steps are: a p-type substrate is taken and then n-type epitaxial layer is formed on p-type substrate. After this, part of SiO2 layer is etched off, exposing the epitaxial layer as shown in figure. The wafer is then put into a diffusion furnace and trivalent atoms are diffused into the epitaxial layer. The trivalent atoms change the exposed epitaxial layer from n-type semiconductor to p-type. Thus we get an island of n-type material under this SiO2 layer. Next, pure oxygen is passed over the wafer to form a complete SiO2 layer as shown in figure. A hole is then etched at the center of this layer, thus exposing the epitaxial layer as shown in figure. The hole in SiO2 layer is called window. Next step is, now we pass trivalent atoms through the window. The trivalent atoms diffuse into the epitaxial layer to form an island of p-type material. The SiO2 layer is again formed on the wafer by passing pure oxygen over the wafer. Thus, a p-n junction diode is formed on the substrate. The last step is to attach the terminals. For this purpose, we etch the SiO2 layer at the desired location by depositing metal at these locations. We make electrical contact with the anode and cathode of the integrated diode. In this way, we fabricate the diode on monolithic IC. First here, P substrate epitaxial layer. In etching process, we remove the two ends of the epitaxial growth and SiO2 layer. Then diffuse the p-type impurities. After p-type impurities, again we form the SiO2 layer. Then using photolithography and etching process, we design the window in the middle of the IC. Then we diffuse the p-type impurities. In the window, that is trivalent impurities. Trivalent impurities means boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, that kind of elements. Then again we form the SiO2 layer. Then in the end we make the contacts from P layer to N layer using aluminum. P layer and N layer. This P and N, the terminal 1 and 2 forms a p-n junction diode. Fabrication of transistor on monolithic IC. So we know transistor is a three-dimensional device. These are two types: PNP transistor and NPN transistor. PNP transistor and NPN transistor. Transistors are formed by using the same principle as for diodes. So the various steps involved in the fabrication of transistor is: first, a p-type substrate is taken, and then n-type epitaxial layer is formed on p-type substrate. After this part of SiO2 layer is etched off, exposing to epitaxial layer as shown in figure 1. The wafer is then put into diffusion furnace and trivalent atoms are diffused into the epitaxial layer. The trivalent atoms change the exposed epitaxial layer from N-type semiconductor to P-type. Thus we get an island of N-type material under the SiO2 layer. Then pure oxygen is passed over the wafer to form a complete SiO2 layer as shown in figure 3. In figure 4, a hole is then etched at the center of the layer. The window is called windowing. What is meant by windowing? Using photolithography process, we use photoresist, then we send the ultraviolet rays, then we remove the SiO2 layer in designed places. That is called photolithography with the etching process. Next, a hole is then etched at the center of this layer, thus exposing the epitaxial layer as shown in figure 4. This hole in SiO2 layer is called a window. This hole is in SiO2 layer is called window. Now we pass trivalent atoms through the window. Trivalent atoms means boron, aluminum, gallium. Like the we pass the elements. The trivalent atoms diffuse into the epitaxial layer to form an island of p-type material. P-type material. The SiO2 layer is again formed on the wafer by passing pure oxygen over the wafer. A p-n junction diode is formed on the substrate. A hole is then etched at the center of this layer. A window is now formed at the center of SiO2 layer, thus exposing the p epitaxial layer. Here again we create one window using photolithography and etching process. After that we diffuse the pentavalent impurities like nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony. After diffuse pentavalent atoms, again we send the oxygen. So here is we pass pentavalent atoms through the window. The pentavalent atoms diffuse into the epitaxial layer to form an island of n-type material. The SiO2 layer is reformed over the wafer by using pure oxygen showing in figure 9. Then the terminals are processed by etching the SiO2 layer at appropriate locations, depositing the metal at these locations. In this way we get an transistor. So briefly explain what the steps involved in fabrication of transistor. First we take the p substrate, then we growth epitaxial layer, that is n-type epitaxial growth using diffusion process. Then we remove the ending parts, we remove the etching the place to expose. What do you want to remove the layer in SiO2 layer and epitaxial layer? The removing of SiO2 layer is called etching. Then we remove the some of the portions of the IC. Then we diffuse the p-type impurities. P-type impurities. After diffuse p-type impurities, we again send the pure oxygen to form SiO2 layer. Then we create one window at middle of the IC. Create the one window at middle of the IC for formation of P layer. Then we send the P-type impurities. We form the P layer. After that, again we send the oxygen to form the SiO2 layer. Again we go for photolithography etching process. Again we create one window in middle of the IC. Then we send the pentavalent impurities to form N layer. After that, again we send the oxygen. Then we create SiO2 layer. After creation of SiO2 layer, we create an small windows to form terminals. That is called, here we use aluminum layer to form the terminals. The terminals is here emitter, base, collector. Thank you all.